Incredible afternoon, everyone. Or actually, it's incredible evening. It's after 5 o'clock here on the East Coast. So I normally uh, attribute after 5 p.m. to be evening time. So good evening, good afternoon if you're on all of the other coast, or good morning. You might be watching this tomorrow morning, or Thursday, or Friday morning, or Saturday morning, or Friday afternoon, Monday afternoon. Greetings to you wherever you are watching from, whenever you are watching it, whatever time zone you are watching it. You might be watching me in the middle of the night because that's when you have the kids down for Betty Bye and you have some quiet time. So, hello and welcome, no matter what time of day you are watching this broadcast. All right. Um, let's turn this down and edit privacy. That's what I was forgetting last time when I couldn't comment on this. And then now let's go over here and
get ready to unlock the full
Greta, yes, unlock your creativity. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for cooperating and understanding to unlock. Right on cue that we're about to unlock your creativity. All right, so let's go here and okay. I'm very, very limited now. I freed myself, not to say free, but I just needed to clear my mind. So I end up removing myself from a lot of groups just so that I can focus on some things. I spent too much time like in too many groups trying to help too many people. So I had to remove myself from pretty much every group that I'm not an admin in. Yeah, so I didn't have that many groups to share to this time, but make sure that you guys hit share. Not going to be on long. I do have a class that starts at 6:30, and I like to kind of do these live videos too to kind of get me in teaching mode. And I'm at your best, you are. So I'm always at my best when I kind of have like a little pregame show before my class. Okay, this was back here for a reason because my chair messed up. I don't want to buy a new chair because they're coming tomorrow to measure out and see about me getting like stuff in here, and I may end up being in a lower chair, so I don't want to necessarily buy what the heck another chair just yet. So I just have to deal with this broken chair. What is going on with you here? Okay. Anywho, hello everybody. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365, the social learning platform Silhouholics Anonymous, where I teach you guys how to use Silhouette Studio, and that's going to be the focus of our topic today. I had a couple pro calls today, and going into my session for tonight, I kind of just want to talk about what I did, when it came to creating all the things that I made. Like, I feel like sometimes you guys look at what I do like now. Like I was even talking to my mom and I'm like, you guys look at the evolution of where I am at now, but I've been using this program for about 8 years now. So of course there is growth in how I use it. And I think some of you guys don't give yourself enough credit for where you are, and you don't allow yourself to pace yourself through your growth in these designing programs. You're looking at what others are doing and what they're posting and feeling like you should be on that level. Like, man, how can they do this? They're doing this, I need to be there. But it takes time to build up to that. So I wanted to come on here and just show you guys, like, when I first got started in Silhouette to learn the program, I wasn't like full on like designing everything myself. I would utilize different files. I had a subscription for about a year, and I would go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs with downloading different files, and manipulating those files helped me to learn the program. When you kind of work backwards and you take a file and you dissect it, it really can help you learn how to use the program. So we're going to kind of talk a little bit about that today. All right. So let me go ahead and just get right into it. Like I said, I don't have much time. I do have a class. So this is just the pregame show. We're going to go share screen. All right. If you don't know, there is a design store for Silhouette Studio. You, again, don't have to have a machine to be able to purchase things from the design store. You can just go on there, you'll have your account. You can either purchase it a la carte, purchase it outright. They have subscriptions, and now they have like a credit boost, where if you don't want to have a commitment for a certain number of months or a year and things like that, you can do what's called a credit boost, and it will still give you more credits than what you actually pay for. And that's how I ended up with like so many files. What having these files can do for you to really help jumpstart your creative juices and just creating in Silhouette Studio. There are some amazing artists who have already created files. So when you're taking a look at their setups and how they arrange stuff, that can really help you when you draw inspiration from these files and then utilize them in the things that you create. So you don't have to focus on like designing it from the ground up. You can go and you can mix and match and things like that. And that will help you learn the program, especially ones like this, where you have to arrange stuff and put it together and fill it in with color. This is something that was made more so for paper crafting, but you can use it for vinyl. You can just color it in and make it where you're going to sublimate it or print it onto like a card and things like that. So I'm going to go in and take a snippet, because that's the one thing about it, is like you don't really see the final like look of it. So I'm going to take that and then I'm going to paste and blow that up so I can see what that's supposed to look like. Once you kind of see it in front of you, you can really identify the different parts. So ungrouping. When you use a file that's already designed, things like understanding how things are set up. People always say, well, I don't understand compound paths, and what does that mean? Or what's the difference between it being grouped? Well, when you do things like this, it really can help you understand like that different terminology. So I'm going to just fill this in with any color. I like to fill everything in with the color to start off with, because it lets me know what I have colored, what I still need to color, what I need to move. It allows you to see what position things are in. So if you go and you move something and now you move it and all of a sudden you don't see it, okay, well, now that teaches you to go into like using send to front, bring to front, send to back, things like that. So if I click on this, I'm going to click on the dropper and I'm able to sample the color here. Click on here and then sample. We're going to click on the different leaves and sample the color. This, we can, identify the shape. It's this one. So we're going to click like that. This one is the heart. We have that part, and then this is the brown. Their feet are whatever color this is, and I think the nose is also that color. I'm going to make the feet that same color. All right, and this part, we can either put it in the same exact colors or make them different. So they have two different colors right here, but when we click on it, it's only one box. You right click, it gives you the option to ungroup or release compound path. So we're going to come down to, oh, what just happened here? My video went, I have my, give me a second because I have no idea. Oh, there it goes. It came back. Let's make sure everything, okay, yep, everything is good. Don't know what just happened there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and ungroup, right? So we now see that there's boxes around everything. So we're just going to click everything that's here and then make that brown, and we want that to stay together. So we're going to group. Naps, let's go ahead and change the color on that and group that together. So now, oh, we didn't do both of these. So now it's like a matter of layering it and putting it all together, right? So we can see that is there. We're going to bring down the feet. We're going to bring this down. It's behind it. We're going to take this and, okay, good. It's right on top. Let's go ahead and just kind of position that. Maybe we will take it and center it. Okay. And then we'll look at the way the eyes are. They have it a little bit below. So we're going to take these and bring them down right to the edge, the nose and the mouth. Actually, all of this might be in the right spot. So we're just going to group it and bring that over to here and remove the line color. So you're not having to learn how to create this design. All you're doing is filling it in, and you're able to fill it in with whatever colors you want. Now you can take this and you can put it on a card. You can make a baby blanket with it. You can do anything with it because you learned how to fill things in with color, how to move things around, how to ungroup. That is how you build up to be able to create whatever you want, whatever your design is, like from scratch, is really learning the program, learning how things work. I mean, I've had sessions with students, and they don't even know how to fill in with color. I go in and I sample a color, like how I went over there. Whoa! How you did that? Wait, you can sample the color from another image? Yeah, you can do that. So when you just take something that's just random and just play around with it. All right, let's go back to the library. Looking at certain images and breaking them apart, mixing and matching images. So we take this vine, using that and layering it and creating your own custom layout of items that are already there. If you're someone that wants to get into party favors and like a lot of paper crafts, you want to create custom decor, custom invitations. I mean, they have so many 3D things here. I remember there was one girl, she did an invitation for a bowling party. And when I saw it, I immediately knew where she got that file from because they have it here. So she took this particular image, put it on a card, and it was basically to where when you opened it, like the birthday information, like for the party, was on the inside. So she didn't have to go and create this part. It was already there for her. She just made it to where right here, I'm going to go ahead and just open that one. So we're going to ungroup. So this particular one has it where you have to cut it out, right? So how a lot of designers if you get files from the Celestial Design Store, they will have like a JPEG, but you have the cut line around it. So when you do this, like let's say you did this as a print and cut, the cut line is already there. So I can take this and simply go and crop. And so it crops away the white part of it. So when she made it into a card, I'm going to, let's see, this is what? Okay, so I'm going to go 5x7. So I'm going to do my width 5, my height 7. Okay, so I'll probably make this just a little bit bigger to kind of come out to the edge. All right. I'm going to take this. I'm going to fill it in with white. Bring this down. I'm going to send them both to the back. All right. And then this one, we're going to, well, there's a way to extend it up because basically what I want is for this to be my perforated line. That way, once it opens up and it kind of looks like the bowling alley. So when you open it up, it'll look like the alley, and you can put like the birthday information here. You can put, their name, how old they're going to be. You can put the party information down at the bottom, and then you can decorate the front with other bowling images and things like that. So like in here, there's actually a way, I have one of these somewhere. I'm not sure where the file is. We'll actually turn this into a 3D file. So I'm going to just take the line and put it here, hold down shift, click on the white one, and align that to the top. Then I'm going to click on the bottom one, extend that up, hold down shift, click on the other box, weld those two together. And now this line right here becomes my line where I fold it in half so that when it's closed, like the two sides meet. So it's like taking like a 5x7, or actually I probably should have did a 4x6 because 5x7 is really big for an invitation. Probably should just did it as a 4x6. And that's probably the size that it was sized at originally. But you'll just sandwich it that way. So here you make that where it is a dash line. So we're going to come here. We're going to make it a dash line. I'm going to extend that out just a little. And I definitely probably should have made this a 4x6, but I'm going to move this part out of the way. So this is something that you would end up cutting and you'll have it. So this is like what's called matting to make it heavier. So you'll have your base and then you'll put something else on the front. And then you'll have this piece that you're going to there's a couple different ways that you can do it. It's where you glue it to the inside. So now you're matting that and making that heavier. So this is all from files that are in the design store. And there are some really, really great files. We don't have to try and customize everything right out the gate as soon as we're learning Silhouette Studio. So I'm just going to come back over here. So in that one, once you go on, there's like so many different types of bowling images and bowling files. So now you can take a couple of them, put them together. So you had that one on the inside, maybe, actually, you know what? If I'm not mistaken, it may have been these two together. So let's say if I'm going to merge this one in, right? And again, it has the outline on it. So we're just going to select that and crop. Okay. So let's see. So we have that here. If we drop it though, so if we open it upward, I mean, we can do it that way. I'm trying to think. Well, no, it'll be better to open it this way. So it'll open like this. I think that's how she kind of had it. So when you drop it, this is on the inside. So when you are sizing this, you'll have this part here. We're going to mirror it below. And then I'm going to fill that in. So that part just needs to be white. We're going to go up just a little bit on that. This is the front. This is the back. So when you're thinking about the inside, I'm going to mirror this. All right. And I'm going to make them, just going to make them both gray for now. All right. And I'm also going to just weld them. So it's one piece. So now this, if I bring it over and bring it to the front, you can put different like pattern paper back there. I mean, you can do it as a full-on print and cut. If it was black, if it was white, And then you can put, I'll just say, because Zion Imani's what the term for it. So Zion Imani's rolling four, bowling four, or something like that. And then you can put the party information. You can even make this to where you'll add another piece and it'll fold down, and you'll put, like, there are so many different things that you can do with it, but you have to understand how to use the program. So rather than try and figure out how to create all these elements and then add all these special effects to it, you have the images, and all you have to really focus on is, how do I want this to open? What is the wow factor that I want? Do I want it to be where it's just a bunch of layers and you open it and it folds out? Do I want to turn it into a pop-up card? Okay, well then let me figure out how to do the part, to where when you open it up, it pops open. You can then focus on the details because you don't have to focus on the design. That is a lot of what I did when I first started. Is I just use what they have in Silhouette Studio. Well, and from the design store. So I'm gonna go back to my library. And let's just go back to, I'm gonna take off bowling and we're just gonna go through some of the designs. When we talk about like crafting and wanting to make customized items for family, you're wanting to get into this, seeing if you have a talent for creating customized stuff. They have things like envelopes, and all you have to do is put it all together. So it already has all the files for you. I mean, all the cut lines for you. You can cut it from a solid cardstock, cut a pattern cardstock. You don't have to do it the way they have it here, because guess what? When you open it up, it does not have anything to this. It is just the actual files, and that's it. So now you decide if you want to fill it in with your own pattern, if you want to cut it from pattern paper, if you want to cut it from solid colors. Just because they have it like this, it doesn't mean that you have to recreate it just like that. You can now unlock your creativity and make that whatever you want it to be. If you want to cut the inside from glitter, so when they open it up, it's like a glitter lining, but the outside is plain. So all of this, they have so many different files in the design store. This one was great. Whenever I did like anything I had to give a gift, baby showers, graduations, and things like that, having this little file to where when you open it up, you get to see like the face on there, and then you end up decorating it with whatever theme it was for. If it was for a graduation, a birthday, or retirement. And it was little things like that where people were like, oh my gosh, kid, you made this. And then that just turned, like, a lot of times I was doing stuff just for parties. I was a crafter and I wanted to have a custom gift card to give to someone. I wanted to be able to have, if I had a gift basket, or even if I purchased a gift basket, I wanted to make my own custom tag to put on it. This is where all this stuff comes from. As an event planner that really focused on parties for children, I did a lot of boxes when MJ was in school. Another reason why I came here is because I'm about to pull some of the same boxes that I made. Zion Imani's birthday is on Tuesday. This is his first time having a birthday party where he's at a school. So I'm coming right here. And there's a lot of boxes and things like that. And like, they're all 3 and 4 year olds. So there are 3D files that I can make, and I can, make little custom things and just put regular candy in it. Instead of trying to color coordinate everything as far as like the candy, I can make little boxes. I can make little treat bags and stuff for them, and put different trinkets in there. I used to make this time I will not be making cable boxes. I purchased them from Amazon. I mean, it was great back then. I've learned my lesson, but I can then use tags. So even though I purchased the Gable box from Amazon, there's so many different tags and things here that are already ready to go. So I just open that up. And now I can fill it in with whatever color I want. I can put his name on it. I can add, his theme is dinosaurs. We did dinosaurs last year. We're doing dinosaurs this year. I can put like a little dinosaur image on this and put his name on there, celebrating Zion Imani's 4th birthday. Thank you for celebrating with me. I can also advertise to families, and when the kids take it home, I can have my business information on the back. So I utilize a lot of this stuff for personal use, but it also helped me in the business because I would make things for my kids, and when their friends take it home, it's like their families will see it also. There's a lot of graduation stuff here, and you can take certain things and make them work for the year that you're in. Like anything that has a lock on it came from the Silhouette Studio design store. You know, you don't have to worry about trying to trace everything if you're not great with tracing. And some of these files were only like 99 cents. You catch them when they're on sale, you get them for 50 cents and things like that. She says, I learned how to sample colors from you. Thank you. This is so off topic, but how do I adjust my cursor to move slower when I use my arrow? Most likely you have yours set to snap to grid. So go to your grid settings and uncheck snap to grid. That should help. All right. All right. So let's just go back to my library. Things like butterflies. This right here, I wowed my family. It comes in one particular size. I'm going to open this one in a new window a new page by itself. I printed these out from heavy cardstock. I spray painted them black, and they were the decorations for my grandmother's party. And no one really believed me when I told them like it was paper. And what I did with them was, let's see, I'm going to go to my paper size, and we're going to go 11 by 7. Oops. Well, I have to first change my mat to 24 inch. So 11 by 17. Man, come on. I'm going to ungroup. And when I originally made these, I just extended it out to fit the full 11 by 17 paper, or 12 by 18 if I was using that. I once it cut it all out. I left this piece, but I spray painted both sides of it, and then I just put it together. And it was decorations that I had as an event planner. My tagline was DIY by a professional. But I used to do some amazing things with paper. It just made it where it was a lot of time, but it was inexpensive, and it made it to where I could provide great custom party experiences for parents who otherwise would not be able to afford some of the prices that a lot of the other party planners were charging, because they were using I don't understand why they were wanting to always use glass at a children's party. So, okay, something happens, your stuff gets broken, and it's all you see on social media, them cussing and fussing about somebody broke their glass. Dude, you took it to a kid's party. I made great money because I recognized the fact that, hello, they're kids. So I used to do stuff that I did not care if it got messed up. And I used to do a lot of paper crafting. DIY by professional was my tagline. And I didn't have to reinvent the wheel for that. I looked for certain files and pulled them in, just readjusted them, and added my own little, zhuzh to it. The ones for my grandmother's party, there were rolled flowers, and then they're like vines and all kind of stuff. That's this right here, actually it's this one right here. I end up having this part on a I created roll flowers, but then I also had this, and it does cut really thin. So what I did was I thickened it up. So I'm going to fill that in with color. I cut it. This helped me understand my cut settings, what was considered to be too thin, what was just right. And if it was too thin, I go over here to my offsets, go ahead and add a little offset to it. And now it's a bit thicker and a lot easier to cut. I'm going to take that down. Let's just go back. I'm going to put this myself in at 0.05 and then apply. So now I have thicker embellishments and things like that, or swirls and stuff that I can put on. So when I had this one, it was like, you know, I cut it out, I would glue it. There was like 3 rolled flowers. So I took what they gave me and I put a bunch of stuff together to where it was still customized. We don't have to try and be this great artist and want to create everything ourselves from scratch. And we just got the program. We're just really getting into creating or crafting. Utilize resources. To this day, I still buy files. I see so many people say, well, I want to learn how to create my own files. Like, I want to learn Silhouette Studio so that I don't have to buy files. It doesn't stop it. They ain't gonna keep you from buying files, because sometimes it's a lot easier and it's a lot faster, and you can make more money because you can move faster and you can design faster. To this day, I still buy files. I buy elements that I can then layer together, mix and match, and do things like that. Now, with knowing the program and being able to align and resize and rotate and change the color, fill it with glitter and things like that. That is the secret to how I truly, truly learned Silhouette Studio. Is I use what was there to understand the program first before I got into trying to create my own. When you don't understand the program, you are going to frustrate yourself to no end, and you're going to feel like you're doing everything wrong because you just don't know. You're not doing anything wrong, it's just you don't know. I've been at this for 8 years with Silhouette Studio. Now, I've been designing since I was in 11th grade, and that was 17 years old. I'll be 41 this year. So I've been designing for quite some time. I look back at some of the designs and they're really simple and basic. As I was going through like my 30 days of designs, which yes, I know I missed yesterday, guys. And I'm going to try and do one later this evening after dinner. A lot of my designs are really simple. It was like the same exact stuff. Oh, and that's why I have a hard time. Like, I'm trying to give you guys different varieties, but a lot of my shirts are the exact same thing, like same exact steps: offset, subtract, weld, crop, and it's the same. It's just different fonts, different words. But if you keep it very simple and you give yourself time to learn the program, I promise you, it gets easier and you can complete projects a lot faster and visualize the extras, because you don't have to worry about the foundation because you already have the foundation. You just have to focus on the extra little bits that you want to put on there, and that really will help maximize your profit margin when it comes to monetizing your skills. Okay, so it is now 1 minute until I'm supposed to let them in. Always give a 10-minute grace period. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Hopefully this helps. So don't want you guys to think that, some of my students will say, well, I want to make it great for the professor. And I'm like, look, the fact that you got in there, you put 2 or 3 things together, that's great. I'm going to celebrate it with you that you did something today that you could not do yesterday. But there is no such thing as, you want to make it professor worthy, or it's just not perfect. I look back at stuff and I'm like, man, what was I thinking back then? It was like the greatest thing ever. But now as I grow, I'm like, man, I could have did this better. And I actually do that. I go back to old designs and I try to make certain tweaks to it so that now it's better. I didn't have to do it completely from scratch. I already have some of the base elements. I add what I know now to it. And now I have something else that I can market and sell the file, I need to really put a lot of my digital files. I have so many designs that I have created myself, and I know others can benefit from it. So I really need to get HS Ink Digital like really, really going and popping. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I will be back. Be on the lookout. I'm going to actually schedule it for tomorrow. I want to do it before my kids come home. So it'll probably, I know some of you guys will be at work. It'll be like a lunchtime type live. It's going to end up being at 2 because I have a meeting at 11. So around like 2, I'm going to do the graduation fan, and I'm going to show you how to do it with sublimation with just regular cardstock and laminate. So I'm going to schedule that out. Make sure that you guys have your face in the place tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I'm going to show you how to do graduation fans with sublimation. All right. Alrighty, guys. Well, I can't show anything else right now because I'm about to go to class. I'm now 1 minute late. All right. So I should talk to you guys later. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.